The Kirbyville Police Department will soon have a new partner in the fight against crime. Why the police chief is turning to a higher power to help officers serve and protect.
And longtime Jefferson County Sheriff Mitch Woods tells 12 News he'll step down at the end of his term next year. Who's already throwing their hats into the ring to take over as the county's top cop.
Live from Southeast Texas, 12 News Daybreak starts now.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, September 4th. Thanks so much for waking up with us on 12 News Daybreak. I'm Tracy Kennick.
I'm Greg Picasso.
And I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Looks like it's pretty mild out there this morning. Haven't seen too much in the way of rain this morning, just a few isolated showers along the coast. We'll go with partly cloudy skies through mid-morning. Temperatures holding into the middle to upper 70s. And then eventually this afternoon, we'll get into those upper 80s. And also, we have a chance of rain today. We're talking about a 30% coverage of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So we'll look at that forecast. And, of course, we'll look at your Friday night football forecast coming up. See if those rain chances are going to kind of creep into the games tonight.
Give us a hint.
We'll no hints. Stay tuned. See, we're off this week, so it doesn't matter to me either way. Actually, it does. I don't want to. Don't let it rain.
That's very self-serving of you today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, in the news this morning, Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Darren Goforth will be laid to rest later today. Services will be held at 11 o'clock this morning at Second Baptist Church in Houston. The support of law enforcement is being felt all across the country this morning in honor of Deputy Goforth.
Blue ribbons decorate the homes in the neighborhood across from the church where his funeral will be held. Goforth was gunned down and killed while refueling his patrol unit at a gas station last Friday, a senseless tragedy that is now bringing the community together.
The funeral for Abilene police officer Don Allen will also be held today. Allen was found dead in his home on Monday night. Meanwhile, two persons of interest are in custody this morning in connection with Officer Allen's death. 29-year-old Philip Walter and 30-year-old Violetta Walter were taken into custody yesterday. The married couple is now charged with first-degree felony murder, which carries a punishment of up to life in prison. Abilene police are not revealing much information into the investigation, only to say that they do not believe there are any other suspects involved. This morning, communities from across Southeast Texas and nationwide are recognizing law enforcement officers in what is being called Blue Friday.
It is a day to support your local police department, sheriff's office, state troopers, all law enforcement officers. And one way you can get involved is by wearing blue as you head out the door. Other ways that communities will be honoring those in law enforcement is by an action from Governor Greg Abbott that is calling on all officers statewide to turn on their emergency lights at 11 a.m. for 1 minute. Governor Abbott has also ordered flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of Harris County Deputy Darren Goforth and all other police officers killed in the line of duty. The flag at Mid-County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has already been lowered. Texans across the state are also organizing prayer vigils and similar community events. More information about Blue Friday can be found on our website, 12newsnow.com. And if you want to show your support for your local law enforcement agency, be sure to use hashtag Blue Friday when you post on social media. The Beaumont Police Department is mourning the death of one of their own this morning. Officer Jared Ty Smith passed away earlier this week, 2 years after being diagnosed with leukemia.
Smith's brother, Colt Smith, says the Nederland High School graduate was a competitive and intense man. Smith used to run cross-country and track at Lamar University. And after graduating, his brother says he wanted to use that determination to make Southeast Texas a better place. Smith was proud to wear the badge. He was on the special response team, a team specially trained to handle chaotic crowds. Although he couldn't beat the disease, doctors say Smith's tenacity helped them develop new treatments that could help people in the future. The Beaumont Police Department is hosting a link and boudin sale next Wednesday from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon at the Beaumont Police Station. All proceeds will go toward helping his widow and family pay off Smith's medical expenses. A 12 News exclusive story this morning. Kirbyville Police Force patrol units are adding some extra safeguards to their vehicles, and they plan to be armed with them by Monday.
It is our nation's motto, and it's found on our money. And now the words, "In God We Trust," will be on all Kirbyville police vehicles. Police Chief Paul Brister tells 12 News, quote, "I think our country is going in the wrong direction. This is a little step in the right direction." 12 News anchor Angel San Juan explains the police chief's decision on adding the decals.
It's been a difficult 2 weeks for our nation's law enforcement, but the Kirbyville Police Force says recent tragedies affecting officers have had nothing to do with the decision to place these words, "In God We Trust," on Kirbyville's 5 police patrol units.
A day doesn't go by that we don't pray for something in our cars, whether it be another officer in this line of work or ourselves whenever we're going to a bad call or just a normal call. Trying to decide what's going to happen, you kind of put your hands, you put your body and your life in God's hands and try and make a decision. You pray about it, so it's kind of where we're at on it.
Sergeant Josh Hancock says he got the idea from a colleague working in Louisiana at the Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office, where Sheriff Sam Kraft had the motto placed on patrol cars there. Sabine Parish, also in Louisiana, has done the same. Now Sergeant Hancock hopes Kirbyville leads the way in the Lone Star State.
I'm hoping that it spreads everywhere. Hoping that everybody will realize and start moving back towards the "In God We Trust."
Sergeant Hancock says the department's force of 5 has embraced the idea, and it has the support of mayor and council. Since 12 News broke the story on social media Thursday evening, it's generated a ton of feedback online. But Hancock says he's not expecting any backlash or controversy in Kirbyville.
No, not here in Kirbyville. We get great support from our citizens, our community. I don't expect anything from the community.
The people in Kirbyville we talked to fully support the display of "In God We Trust."
I don't have a problem with it. You know, we have it on our money and we have it in our pledge, and I think that we need to remember God in our country. We were founded on the values of a Christian and Judeo tradition, and I think that's what we need to keep in mind.
I just think that that's a great idea here in Kirbyville, that we show our values and that we're reaching beyond what people think is acceptable.
Chief Brister says further proof of community support is that the decals come at no cost to the taxpayer. They were paid for by private donations.
And Chief Brister says the total cost to have the "In God We Trust" decals put on all 5 of the patrol vehicles was just $30. A lot of feedback, again, has been generated by this story on social media. In fact, our online story has been recommended by more than 7,500 people and has been shared more than 1,300 times.
Jefferson County Sheriff Mitch Woods confirming to 12 News that he will not be seeking re-election at the end of his term, which expires in November 2016. Woods has held that position of sheriff for 19 years and will retire at the end of his 20th year. Woods, who is 63, called the decision a struggle and made the announcement official in an address to a local labor council.
12 News sat down for exclusive interviews with 2 candidates who've already announced their intention to follow in Woods' footsteps as the county's top lawman. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office Assistant Chief Deputy Rod Carroll immediately declared he would seek the post of sheriff. Carroll has served 27 years in law enforcement, 22 of those in Jefferson County. He served as the second in command of the county jail and has been a top-tier leader for the 350-employee department for several years. Carroll explained to 12 News the requirements of the job.
You know, I've been part of this community for over 2 decades. I raised my family here in Jefferson County. I'm looking forward to the opportunity of gaining the confidence of the citizens of Jefferson County. A lot of people here know me through my volunteer work and my activity throughout the county. Yeah. And that's my goal, is just to continue to be part of this community.
Also exclusively talking only on 12 News and quickly jumping into the race, Jefferson County Precinct 1 Chief Deputy Constable Joe Quarterback Stevenson will also run for sheriff. He had 16 years of experience as an elected constable before running against Woods and losing in the Democratic primary back in 2012. Stevenson told 12 News he believes in accessibility, accountability, and visibility for the post. And when we asked what would need to change,
what needs to change?
The morale.
just the department morale. I mean, you can hear that it's good, but I think anyone that really pays attention can see that the morale is very low. If they were appreciated, I don't think the morale would be so low. Lack of appreciation brings low morale.
The Democratic primary will be held March 2016. The general election will be that November. These are the only two candidates to publicly announce for the post so far. Interviews from both candidates can be found on our website, 12newsnow.com.
Temperatures this morning into the 70s. You want to keep the umbrella handy over the weekend. It won't be a washout, but you want to check out the rain chances coming up.